In this video, I'm exploring a wonderful mountain ridge in Scotland's far northwest. I spend a couple of nights enjoying the atmosphere, making the most of some unexpected heat and sunshine, meet the wildlife, and go for a snorkel to explore the secrets of some of the mountain lakes. I'm Feargus. This is the middle of nowhere. Hello and welcome to the first of what I intend to be many videos to come about my exploring of the wilderness, both in Scotland here and all around the world over the next few months and years. Today I'm on my way up to the ridge below the mountain of Ben Mor Assynt in the far northwest of Scotland, where I'm going to spend a couple of days up there. It's a bit cloudy today, but according to the forecast, it's supposed to clear up overnight, giving tomorrow and the next day an absolutely spectacular amount of sunshine and warmth. Very unlike the typical weather up in this part of Scotland, which is really quite far north. So hopefully, if the prophecy comes to pass, we'll be treated to some wonderful views and wonderful atmosphere over the next couple of days. Well, now that I've located a nice flat spot, the cloud has completely come down over the ridge, and I think that's probably it for this evening. It doesn't look like anything is going to improve, so I think I'm just going to retire for the evening and see what things are like in the morning. Fingers crossed, the forecast will come true. That I've really taken to doing the last couple of years since moving back to Scotland, I used to live here, is lugging all of my snorkeling gear up to high altitude lakes and going for a snorkel. Because they're so high up, they tend to be incredibly clear, and you get this kind of clarity which you only normally get in the tropics.
There's plenty of animal life in these waters, with even the smaller lakes containing lots of diving beetles and their larvae, as well as other things swimming about. And the water column is teeming with plankton-sized critters for them to eat.
I think that's the biggest caddisfly larva I've ever seen in this country anyway. Well, the sun did come out eventually. I know that it's really warm, but the water is so bloody cold that it takes a bit of time to warm back up again, so I've put on my fleece and stuff. Now that it's turned into a glorious day, I'll just give a little bit of time for my wetsuit and associated stuff to dry out, and then I kind of carry on back up on the ridge, because there's another lake closer to the summit of Conival, which is even higher up than this one. This one is at around 670 meters above sea level, whereas the other one is more like 750 or so. These boulders are absolutely packed with pipe rock. Right, look at this one. You see, this stuff is a sedimentary rock which was formed hundreds of millions of years ago. You get it on the tops of a lot of the mountains in this part of Scotland, which is made up of a mix of quartzite and limestone. And these little protrusions, these little round things all over the rock, are actually the remains of burrows that were made in sediment by soft-bodied animals, something like worms more than likely. And the animals themselves are long gone, but just like you see those little coiled things on the sand on a beach when the tide goes out, those kind of animals make burrows just like these. So it's everywhere. The fossilized remains of animals which have long disappeared without a trace. At least we can see where they live.
The ridge that runs north from Conival Mountain is broad, reaching over 1 kilometre wide in places, and this provides lots of areas where lush, grassy pastures and the lack of any walking trails make it a favourite place for red deer, which can be seen grazing to their heart's content, rarely disturbed by humans. They're quite skittish though when someone does come by.
Second lake of the day. absolutely stunning location, set immediately below the peak of Conival, with Ben Mor Assynt in the background. Divers and snorkelers among you, you might be wondering about my weight belt. Obviously I am not going to carry diving weights up a mountain, so instead I've modified this old weight belt to carry rocks, including making a couple of much bigger pockets to give it that added bit of weight. It's going to be time for some dinner soon. It's so peaceful now. Although there is some cloud coming in. I was hoping to get some photographs in the lovely evening light, but I'm not sure that that's going to happen. So it might just be simply have my dinner, which is brewing just there, and then walk back to the tent, which is a couple of kilometers away. This is an absolutely spectacular area. I mean, there's some lovely rock formations just over there and a little pond. And it's just a lovely atmosphere. Those 2 snorkels yesterday were just awesome. There was so much life in the first of the 2 lakes. I know it's not big life, it's not the sort of scale that you would expect to get excited by if you're going snorkeling in the sea. But generally the visibility in these lakes is better, and I am absolutely fascinated by insects, and the vast majority of life in these lakes are insects, either adults or larvae. So it's certainly not a dead environment. And the second of the 2 lakes was deeper than the first one, quite a bit deeper, and it was higher up and there was less soil around it, and I suppose because it was higher up it was a little bit colder, and so you get this wonderful blue color like in a tropical island kind of setting, and it's just beautiful, although not as much life in that one. So all in all, it was all very good. But this morning I am absolutely exhausted because yesterday was pretty full on. So I'm just having a leisurely morning, and then I'm going to have a leisurely stroll back down to my car before driving home. I think the weather's meant to turn this evening, so looks like I've made the most of what we had. So until next time, this has been good.